right, welcome everyone to Goal Getters. I'm your host, John, along with my good friend and co-host. Let me bring our names up. Co-host, Scott. Hey, Scott.
What's up, man?
Not much. How's it going?
Good. Fighting through a cold, but getting by.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Beautiful, though, right? Beautiful fall weather at this point.
Oh, dude, this is my favorite time of year. If these temperatures could be year-round, I'd be a happy guy. I'm not a sun guy.
Yeah, no. And anyone out there, man, Florida's taking a beating. Jeez.
God, you seen some of those videos of the water sucked up off the beach?
I know.
That is just that's the craziest stuff. They said it was the worst one they've gotten hit with yet. I
saw a video in Fort Myers where someone was looking out the window and all these beautiful yachts just came floating by because they must have broke loose from whatever, and then they all just met and smashed together. What a
mess that's going to be to clean up, man. Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Praying for all those people out there.
Yeah, it's devastating. I don't even know how they do it every year in and year out, right? Because I know
it's like the people who live in Tornado Alley. Like,
yeah.
They really do it. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would live in an area where there's a good chance that all your stuff's going to get destroyed and you got to start your life over again.
Yeah.
It's not for me.
Not for me either. I guess we were talking about this at home, but I guess we grew up there. I guess maybe you end up getting trapped in it.
That's different. Sure.
Moving in is interesting. But you know what? Look on the bottom there. It says we're pre-recorded. Well, we will be. When you see this on Friday, we did this on Thursday evening before the Thursday night game, the Bengals and Dolphins. So due to some things we got going on Friday, we are going to get together here and just give you our selections. So it'll be a little different, kind of a different show than we're usually doing, but we're going to keep with our against the spread. And look what I got. Look what we have for us. This is great, Scott. Look, hi, Robin. How are you, by the way? I didn't even say hi to you.
Oh, hi, Robin.
Hey, Scott. Are you ready? All right, wait. Watch this. So there you go. Every time we start our segment, we're going to make you money or try to.
Absolutely. What I tell you I'm betting, I bet it. If I give it out, I bet it.
That's what we do too. Robin, you're always playing your stuff. Yeah. We just started. I hadn't done this in a while because we were still using local guys. I started finally with DraftKings. What do you use?
I use FanDuel once in a while, but I use a different one because I'm not going to really say the name on here.
Yeah.
But it's just a different type site.
Different site. Yeah. Well,
it's one I've honestly, it was before FanDuel got here. It's one I've always used. So right. I didn't really want to change anything because I already had money over there and I didn't want to mess around and switch around. I don't want to say the name of the site though.
The days of the
it's not illegal, by the way. It's not a legal site. It's legal here in New York. It's called sports.ag or sports AG, I think. Okay. Sportsbetting.ag, I believe is what it is.
The days of the local guy are gone. There's no more of that. You know what I mean? You can't. There's no reason.
No need.
Yeah, none at all.
Unless you just wanted to do it. You were betting big money. You wanted to avoid having to pay any kind of taxes or something like that.
Your ticket. Remember the football tickets? I haven't played one of those in years.
Oh my God. Dude, you know what? My parents used to give me those when I was in I used to get it from my mother. She'd get them from work. I'm going to say 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah.
I mean, they paid for it for me. I didn't they would just say, okay, you get I'd say, because I watched football with my father every weekend.
Right.
So but if I won, they'd give me the money. I only won a couple times, but.
Yeah, it's fun. Do you remember real quick, and then we'll get to our games. Do you remember and this is for you people that are in Western New York. Do you remember in the Buffalo News, they used to have that thing where you try to pick every game?
Yes.
And you'd send it in. I always thought that would be easy because there was no point spread either. And
I know. Sometimes the pick'ems are even harder.
Yeah.
Really?
I know. Yeah. Do you remember that game? Robin, yeah. I used to do that.
You think just picking the winner is the easiest, and it's just so not in football. It's just not that easy.
No. And speaking of picking winners, why don't we Robin, why don't we do this? We'll go around the horn. Let's have Robin.
Oh, I thought you were going to bring me up. I'm going to be honest here.
Wow.
This is probably one of the weirdest betting years one of the weirdest football years I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not the only one saying that.
No, you're not.
People that are gambling are saying the same thing. I am not doing good. I have lost every week. Last week, I only bet 2 games. I only bet a couple because I went kind of heavy on one. and I completely lost every one of them.
And that's weird. I know, because you're always
I usually hit parlays. I did bet college last week, and I bet all the Bears picks again, and I lost. Yeah, it's because I did a parlay with them.
Well, because I bet you now, though, there's got to be a stat correction somewhere. So you're going to have a big week. There's going to be big weeks.
The line's got to figure out what's going on right now, because it's kind of not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the lines are still off to me.
Me too. I agree. Yeah.
There's unpredictable things. You got the Lions playing better than they've ever played.
Right.
I mean, I wrote it down. Did you know Detroit? Do you know Detroit's offense is third in the league right now?
Wow.
Did you know that?
Wow. Well, that kid is good. That St. Brown or whatever. He's having a hell of a year.
Would you have believed anybody if they would have told you going into week 4 of the league that Detroit's offense was going to be number 3? Come on, man.
No.
They're Detroit. No. I thought they would be better than they were going to be. I did not expect this. And I did not expect that first-round pick to have the impact that he's having. He just switched games completely. I mean, he's exactly what everybody said he was going to be.
Yeah.
He's a lunatic, man.
Yeah, and I didn't think he was like that. I mean, he was good in Michigan because I watched him a lot, but I was like you. I was thinking, no, I don't think he's, I didn't think he'd be that disruptive, but he's
seamlessly entered the NFL like he never left, like he's already been here. That's very surprising to me. But
all right, here's what we'll do. I'll just bring up the games and we'll see which one, if you guys played them or I played them or whatever, NFL games. There's a 9:30 game in London. This is always great. This week, 9:30 a.m. here, the Vikings against the Saints, and Vikings 2-1, Saints 1-2. The line that we have, and Scott, if you have something different, feel free to use it or let us know. Vikings are -2.5. The over/under was 43. Did either one of you guys play this game?
No.
Oh, I love it.
Do you love it? Okay, who do you like?
I love this game. This is one of my favorite bets of the entire week.
Okay,
and
great.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Jameis Winston and Michael Thomas have not practiced again. It's Thursday. They're not playing, dude.
Right.
They're going against Minnesota. Give me Minnesota all day long. That line should be higher than that. I'm surprised it's not.
All right.
I think because Winston hasn't officially been ruled out, but I don't see how he's going to play. And he's right back to exactly what we said in the beginning of the year. I would love it if Jameis can get a grip on those interceptions, and he just he is who he is.
Yeah.
So he's going to cause a lot of close games with them. You know what I mean? I see Minnesota. I just don't think Minnesota's going to play. They're not playing primetime, are they? No, it's in the morning.
It's in the morning, 9:30
a.m. Really primetime, so Kirk should be okay, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And you know what else?
I think that Minnesota's better than what they showed.
And the Saints aren't even doing anything. They can't. Kamara's not doing anything. Nothing's happening at all for them.
I was loving them in the preseason. I told you, I thought they were going to possibly take the division over Tampa Bay, but I don't see it.
Oh, they're weak. Robin, any thoughts on that one? Same thing, Freddie, if you were, you should be Minnesota. Yeah, that's a good play. Let's go to some 1 o'clock games. To start, we'll run down the whole thing and let me know if you guys take one or not. Seattle, 1-2 at the Lions, who are 1-2. Lions -4. I think we got an over/under of 48. Playing it? Anybody?
No.
Yep, I'm taking Detroit.
Robin, we got Detroit, and you just said why? -4, pretty much.
And that's exactly why I'm taking them.
Yeah.
I just don't think Geno Smith's going to be able to compete. And Detroit's defense they're good.
They're not bad. No, they're good. And I still think teams that come cross country like that usually have a hard time. It seems to be the
Jared Goff, Geno Smith.
Yeah.
And Swift's still playing great.
And I like him on St. Brown. That kid is good.
Yeah. I mean, where'd he come from?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of him before.
Is he a Packer, or the Bears have the other brother? The Bears have a St. Brown.
Yeah.
Who's been good too.
What round was this guy picked in?
I don't even know. I don't really know where this.
I don't remember hearing his name. What's he, a 3rd or 4th round pick? He's playing like he's a 1st round.
I always just remembered his brother from the Packers, and then the Bears brought him over. And I wish he could play like his brother.
Yeah.
Although he's doing good. I can't. But please, they don't. We'll talk about them in a second. The next game that's up. This is a must-win for somebody, I guess. The Jets are 1-2 at the Steelers, who are 1-2. The Steelers, according to us, we have them at -3. The over/under is 41.5. Does Zach Wilson return? I don't know. He is returning? Likely? Okay.
Yeah, I think he is going to return.
I don't play this one.
I do. I like the Jets +3.
Oh, Robin likes the Jets +3.
I would. It's to me. It's just what if it was 3.5.
Right.
I'd probably take the points because I think it's going to be a completely close game. It's just going to be one of those. I can't even play the money line because it's just too close for me. That's just my opinion.
Robin, your thoughts on the Jets?
I like the potential of Zach Wilson being back and them getting a bounce from that. I think he makes the team a lot better than Flacco does. With getting the points, I think they might win the game outright.
Yeah, close game.
Yeah,
that's why the 3.5 would have been
I'd take it if
nicer boost if you could have boosted it. Maybe boost that tomorrow.
Yeah,
and take a half.
You know how many bets I lose because of that 3 points?
Oh my God!
Like the majority of my bets I lose because of 3 points. That's why I try to make it a rule and try to never bet 3-point games.
Yeah,
that's because I lose too often.
I hate the 2.5. There's some lines that just don't work.
2.5 or 3, I'm out. I'm not in it. Other than the Minnesota game because I think they're going to really kick the shit out of New Orleans. So I have to put that out there.
The next 1 o'clock game. This game here. Well, the Bears are 2-1 against the Giants, who are 2-1 in the Meadowlands. Giants are -3 over under, of course, 39.5. The Bears rushed for 281 yards last week, and Houston knew it was coming. But the Bears have taken the forward pass back to the 70s because Cooper Kupp has more receptions than the Bears. They have never.
Are you serious, dude?
I'm dead serious.
Is Cooper Kupp leading the league in receptions?
He's got 28, I think, or something.
Probably. I mean, he's because Allen Robinson sure ain't lighting it up over
Last week, when they went into the game, I think they told me the Bears had only had like 26. Oh, I forgot what it was. I can't remember. It was in the 28 pass attempts.
Oh, I saw that stat. I saw it on Twitter.
Did you see the other teams that were close? It was 1978 Packers.
There was players that had. Yeah, I saw that. It was out. Somebody shared it on Twitter. I saw it.
78 Packers. That was like Jamie Lee Ivory. They were ridiculous. That team. Phil Dick. I think Dickey, whatever his name was the quarterback. Because I was thinking like the Bears of 78. They had Peyton, but their quarterback was Bob Avellini. They were terrible, and they still threw more than the Bears. So. A
lot of people recognize that Justin Fields is getting the shit end of the stick in Chicago with the way things were laid out for him this year. They're playing better than expected. They have more wins than expected because, like I said, they were picked to be the last team in the league.
I don't know what anyone expected this. I've said this to you a million times. What they expected the Bears to do because there was no – I don't know. Draft-wise, maybe that would have been it. Maybe they're drafting – maybe they should have – they did draft the kid who hasn't been on the field yet. He's still hurt from Tennessee.
I think they more or less meant they should have really stuck to drafting really good offensive talent to put around at least 2 guys that are quality that could start. You know what I mean? Or should have the ability to seamlessly get into the NFL and be a starter immediately.
What I don't get though with that team, and then we'll get off of this freaking game, is Darnell Mooney had 80 catches last year, rookie year. You had Cole Kmet who had 60. You bring in the kid from Tennessee, you draft him, Belvis Jones, who's still fucking hurt, and you still got good running game because Khalil Herbert and Montgomery brought in more offensive line. I'm not sure what else. You know what I mean? I just don't know what else.
Who's unhappy? Who's unhappy right now? Who's unhappy that you could lure there and trade one of those guys or a draft pick to
Kenny Galladay? Right? He does.
Dude, that would be perfect for you.
He wants to leave the Jets.
He's leaving
the Giants.
He didn't even get a pass thrown to him this past week. Did he get benched? Was he even on the field? You know,
I don't think much. But then Watchcall got hurt, Sterling Shepard or whatever.
Yeah, he never had a pass thrown to him.
They should bring him in. That'd be fine as long as you have to give him a 7th round pick.
I really, 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 and I know that we're going deep on stuff, and I'm sorry you get me talking, and this just happens. Right. It's just a vice of having me on the show. I really want to know what happened. You just paid him to be your number 1 wide receiver. He was paid to be your number 1 wideout. Kenny Galladay's great.
Yeah.
He was the shining star in a shit pile in Michigan.
Right.
I mean, he was one of the stars of that team. He goes to New York. Well, I don't understand. I just don't get it. Is he being a prima donna dick?
Right.
Could be. We don't know. I mean, I'm sure we'll find out when he leaves. But I don't know, man. That's a weird dynamic that I just don't. They could be better than they are if they would just play.
Right. Yeah. So
I mean, Barkley's having a.
Yeah.
Where did this guy come from?
Are you playing the game?
I do like the Bears plus the 3.
You like the Bears plus the 3. I'm not playing it, but I'll tell you this: whoever stops the run wins, or whoever can pass wins. And I don't think Wichita's any better than Field. I don't think those two quarterbacks or the offenses that pass are that much better than each other.
They're not big point scoring games, and this is just one of those games, just like the Pittsburgh game.
Take the points.
It's just so close.
Yeah.
If there was a 0.5 involved, I would entertain the bet,
right.
But because it's not, it's too close.
Robin, you're going with the Bears. If I think the Bears defense is better than the Giants, so I will say they are a turnover, turnover machine.
Saquon he's got the most carries in the league.
Perfect for him, right?
I believe they're trying to trade him.
Yeah.
They're showcasing him like crazy right now. So we'll see.
You know who did a great job for betting on himself is Roquan Smith. 17 tackles. Everybody had a fumble recovery. He's had a hell of a start, and that's good for him.
I love when they bet on themselves and it comes out, and I hope that Lamar Jackson comes out on the other end too.
So far, so good with him a little.
You know what I mean? I like it when they bet on themselves and they take money from these rich assholes. But yeah. I digress. Move on.
The Titans are 1-2 at the Colts that are 1-1-1. Colts are -3. Over under is 43. And this is one of my games. I'm going with Tennessee +3 against the Colts.
I don't think Jonathan Taylor's playing.
Yeah,
he's got, what has he got? Turf toe?
Questionable. Yeah, I think
he's
that
got a
right.
toe issue. I don't know if it's turf toe.
Questionable, but he might not. He might be fine. I like Tennessee a lot in this game.
Questionable is usually he's probably not going to play, especially toe injuries, dude. I'm going to give you a little information. Did you ever break a toe?
You did. No, I did not. Robin did. Yeah.
Robin knows as well as I do. I have all the respect in the world for these sports guys with toe injuries, because, dude, it hurt. If I had to run out of the house because there was a fire and the whole family was going to die, I have to tell them leaving because it hurt so bad. There was no way I could run on it, dude. It hurt walking on it, and I believe me, I'm a bitch when it comes to pain, dude. It hurt, and I said to my wife, I will never, ever, ever complain about a player with a toe injury ever again. So that makes me too nervous. Even if he's there, you're not going to get a full Jonathan Taylor. You ain't going to be able to give it all, and you don't know what you have with. You just don't know what you got with him.
Yeah, you guys aren't playing. You guys aren't playing this one.
Nope.
You guys off. Can't. I like Tennessee a lot, so I'm going to go with them.
They need to do something.
Yeah.
Coordinator's answering. Did you see his press conference?
Yes, I did.
He's answering questions because the fans want him gone.
Yeah. The Colts are. You know what? There's some teams that I thought were going to be better in the AFC that just aren't good, and the Colts I think are one of them. This team, they need to get rid of it. I think if it was up to me, I would clean house there. It'd be time to go in another direction.
T.Y. Hilton is gone. He's not on that team, is he?
Who?
Is T.Y. Hilton still there?
Oh, God. Don't know. Good question. But if he is, he's doing much.
If he is, then yeah. Sure. That dude's been around too long. I'm not sure if he is or if he isn't. I believe he is.
Yeah, and if he is, he ain't doing nothing. Yeah. He's not even. All right, we'll move on from that game.
Yeah, he's still there, dude. He's done nothing. He's done nothing in 2 years. Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all right. Next game, Chargers. Talk about, desperate. Chargers are 1-2 at the Texans, who are 0-2-1. Chargers are only -5.5 in Texas. The over/under is 44. I would assume Herbert's playing. I can't imagine they're going to go with Chase Daniels. He's got to play. Sure. This game is it. This is a real huge game.
He didn't look good last week.
No, he's getting hit.
He's hurt. And if he takes another good smash, I don't care what kind of pads you got on, dude.
They're not going to make the playoffs, Scott, if they don't get a quarterback in there, because
I love the Houston Texans. I told you at the beginning of the year that I liked Houston.
So you like them today?
Be as bad as they were going to. People thought they were going to be, and they haven't been. I love them with 5.5 points.
I do too.
You and Robin think the same. So
all right, Robin, we're on to it, kid.
Yeah,
we both are at 5.5. Chargers so desperate, but if they have to ever go to Chase Daniel, they're dead. I mean, that guy.
I like Dougie Mills, dude. There's something about that guy. I like his determination. Nobody talks about him. Nobody talks about him at all. I think Houston's dead, and he's just Lovie Smith's got him over there playing pretty good. They're not lighting it up, but they're playing better than people expected them to.
Yeah, they are. They got a good run. I mean, got a good running game.
Lovie's your good 8-8 type.
The Bears could have never fired him. He should still be their coach. I'd have never let him go when I think of all the coaches that have come after him.
I like Lovie Smith.
Mark Trestman, Nagy,
it seemed like Lovie Smith. I mean, wait, how many championship games did he take? He took them. Did he ever take them?
Super Bowl and a couple NFC championships.
But at the tail end there, he went on a pretty bad.
Yeah, he got fired though when they were Robin. What were they, 9-7? Yeah, like they had a decent.
I think that was one of the firings no one understood when they let him go. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Next one, guys. Browns. I guess they should be happy. They're 2-1. They're at Atlanta, who's 1-2. The Browns are -1.5. Over/under is 47.5. Robin, anything for you on this game? Scott, how do you feel? Anything?
Atlanta's a point spread killer, dude. They screw you if you bet with them or bet against them. They fuck you every single time. I'd never bet Atlanta for the rest of the season because I never know what I'm going to get. You might get Terry Bradshaw, Mariota. Yeah. Or you might get Chad Pennington, Mary. You really don't. I don't know what their identity is other than handing Cordarrelle Patterson the ball. Well, what else do they do? They really don't. Yeah,
because even questionable this week. Yeah, Patterson's hurt, and Kyle
Pitts. Is he out this week? Oh, you know what? That
questionable.
Questionable usually means they're out. I'd have to find if he practiced today, which is Thursday.
You got to look. Yeah,
going into the weekend, if they didn't practice today, odds are they're not going to play if they don't practice on Thursday. So
yeah.
I'm going to look right now.
I could see the Browns losing this game for some reason. I don't know why. There's something about this game that makes me feel like, and it's probably just Jacoby Brissett because he just doesn't give me any confidence when I see him.
Man, I like that dude.
I really do like him too. He's very not
like he's a pickup quarterback and he's playing pretty good football, keeping him afloat. I don't see anything about him being out.
Okay, so he probably practiced today. Cordell.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. NBC Sports, Cordarrelle Patterson out of practice again. Odds are he's probably not going to play then.
Oh, that's a big ball.
He's such a big part of the offense. They might squeak him in just because he's that impact player for them, but I'd stay away from it. I wouldn't even touch it just because of that iffiness.
Yeah, I'm not going with that.
Sometimes then those guys come in and they play and they fucking end up with like 200 yards and you're like, I thought this dude was like half dead last week. You know what I mean?
Definitely, yes. Dude. Yeah. Next game, let's go on to the Washington. I'm going to say it right. Commanders at 1-2 at the Cowboys and 2-1 Cowboys and Cooper Rush. Cowboys are -3. Over/under is 41. I'm not playing this game, but I like Cooper Rush. I think he's done a great job when called upon. I'm actually really impressed with him.
Prescott hasn't been ruled out yet.
I think though didn't they say he didn't play? He didn't do anything today though.
He didn't.
He didn't practice.
But he was.
No, he's ready. He'll be back in a couple weeks.
If there's a chance he plays, if there's a chance Dak plays, I definitely would not bet Dallas.
Yeah, that'd be tough to have him. Are you liking this game at all?
No.
Yeah, I don't really like. I didn't go with this game. How about you, Scott?
I am, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, go ahead.
I love Dallas. I think their defense, at least just this week, I think Cooper Rush is playing fantastic. He's playing a billion times better than anyone thought he was going to do. Everybody chalked this up to all losses.
Yes.
Dude, Dallas's defense has been playing really good. We're talking about Carson Wentz.
Yep.
The dude sprained both his ankles on one play.
Yeah.
He plays like a dipshit. He just extends plays too long and he's still doing it. He gives the ball away and he takes sacks. So I would take Dallas. Just because I have no faith in Carson Wentz. He's another quarterback like a Mariota. Week to week, you don't know what he's going to get. You know he'll extend plays, and against a really good defense, he's going to give the ball up.
Like I said last week, I always thought Jared Goff is better than him, Wentz. And there's a lot of
Carson Wentz. He just tries too hard.
Yeah,
he extends plays. He doesn't. He just thinks he's Superman all the time, and he's not. That's probably what's going to kill his career.
Next game, folks, we got Jacksonville, the 2-1 Jaguars, who are a surprise, at a very good Eagles team that are 3-0. The Eagles are -6.5. Over/under is 46. I'm not playing the game, but I'm become a believer a little bit in the Eagles. I kind of like them. They're fun to watch. So, any thoughts?
The Eagles are playing good. The Eagles are playing good, but you know who's playing really good? The Jacksonville Jaguars are.
Isn't that crazy?
They're getting 6.5 points. Dude, Philly's going to lose. They're going to lose at some point. Look at who they've played and who they've gotten their wins against. Have you looked?
Yeah, I know.
So I'm sorry. They're playing good against all shit teams.
Right.
Jacksonville, if they can play the way they've been playing lately, shut your mouth. I'm going to take your teeth out, cut your tongue off.
No.
I swear to God, I'm talking to my dog, by the way.
You're right.
I think I love. Give me the 6.5 with Jacksonville. That's a lot of points, dude, for how good they're playing.
I know it is a lot.
That whole team is chock full first-round draft picks.
Yeah,
I love them. Their rookie's playing phenomenal. He just got Defensive Player of the Month.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah.
He's got Josh Allen on the other side. That's a good defense, dude, and it took the right coach. I'm very impressed with what Doug Peterson has done with that team. Give me Jacksonville plus 6.5, and I'm betting it. I already have.
That's a good one. All right. Robin, no thoughts on the game? Not much, right?
No,
I kind of agree with Jacksonville a little bit. I kind of like that.
He's got to lose, dude. Nobody's going. The Dolphins are cracking it after this weekend. And I wonder if undefeateds are going to be gone.
And I bet you Jacksonville wasn't home much this year because of this week. So I bet you they were in Philly because of the hurricane. Right. I bet they spent a lot of time right in Philadelphia, I'm assuming. I know. I think they did. Yeah, you know what? You talked me into that. We'll see what I do Sunday.
Well, hey, you know what else? You know what else with that game with Jacksonville? What did Arizona do that they didn't bring this out of Christian Kirk?
Right. True.
Who's this guy?
Yeah.
He's lighting it up compared to what he did with Arizona. He's playing good.
Yeah.
I mean, good on them for recognizing that. I don't think he's worth the money he got, but he's playing good, man. I mean, they're winning now. They're starting to. It seems like they finally are getting into their groove. Do you know what I mean? Trevor Lawrence looked pretty good last week.
That organization needed something because they're on the verge of moving. I really believe that. You know what I'm saying? There had to be some hope.
I joked with you as well because Trevor Lawrence really doesn't give off the appeal of like an MVP.
Right.
Hey, guys, let's go out there and get him. You remember I talked about the pregame hype thing he did in the tunnel, and I'm like, oh, my God. He had more energy out of a wet sock, bro. Yeah. But that's who he is, dude. He's playing good. So I'm gonna ride Jacksonville until they start making me lose money.
All right. Now the last 1:00 game. I'm not on this game. It's Buffalo at 2-1 at the Ravens 2-1. Buffalo -3 over under 51. I think for a fan, I mean, let's say you're not a fan of either team. You just want to watch good football. This should be good.
Almost all Buffalo's games this season have been like that. You know what I mean? Tua playing fantastic up against Josh, right? Josh has been playing great all season as well. Not as great this past weekend, took the L. Then you got like him up against the Super Bowl champions. Yeah, and then, Tennessee, not really any kind of a big deal, but all these games, so 3 out of the 4 that they've played are all going to be up against top quarterbacks.
They got top, yeah.
That's the division now, saying for the division as well. The AFC is so chock full of good quarterbacks. Yeah. You know, I know they've played a couple, not every one of them is, Tannehill.
Right. No doubt.
Most other teams, but you know what I mean? That's why other games I told you, dude, the losses they emotionally drain me.
Right.
They're always one score with 2 seconds left. I want to go hang myself in the bathroom because now I'm at the point where I love my team, but until they start winning one-score games, I can't believe that they will.
This game's going to be good. I got to Lamar. The whole thing is
Leslie
really.
Frazier has had it for Lamar. Lamar's done nothing as far as rushing.
It's going to be good.
So and he's got better talent this time. The run defense is better on the Bills. And they don't have, they're missing guys. That's not an excuse. That they're still guys. They're on the team, so they're professional players. It doesn't matter. They're just not as good as the guy in front of them. Right. They're backup. There's no excuses, dude. When they lose, they lose. It's on them. Terrible play calling in this last game. It's on them. And the Dolphins played way better, kicking Josh in the balls and everything. But anyway, I digress. I wouldn't touch this game because I think it might be I think this might be that 2.5 point might nip you in the boo-boo, I think, if we bet it. If
the Bears weren't on at 1, that would be my game of the week to watch. It's going to be fun. It's got to be. Lamar's playing well. It shouldn't. Allen does what he does all the time.
This is why I love football, man. Like, this is what I want. I don't want to watch one guy going up against a shitbag. That's why during the Miami game, when Tua got hurt, I was like, please don't be hurt and not be able to come back in. I don't want to win because Teddy Bridgewater sucks.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Right? I want to see these guys duel. I love it when Mahomes and Allen or any of them, anyone, back in the day with Rodgers and Brady. I wish that game would have been awesome. I mean, that's great to see those guys get to play against each other. I mean, because you don't get it a lot, right? You know what I mean?
You don't.
Unless they're in your division, your main division, you don't always get really good games to watch. No. That's what makes it so much more fun.
You're right. And I'll be watching the Bears, and I'm not going to get any good football all year, but I can't help it. I miss all the
not, dude. I'm coming over tomorrow. I'll come over on Saturday, and I'll hook you up. You'll be able to watch every game you want.
Oh, we got the Sunday ticket. It's just that
you have Sunday. I told you not to.
I've had that for 25 years. We've had it forever.
Okay, well, I can get you every college game you want. You can watch.
Yeah, no,
you can watch UB play St. Mary of the Death.
But next year, though, this is it for DirecTV. This is their last year with the Sunday ticket. So this is perfect.
With my thing, I just click on NFL games, and it doesn't matter if it's on Apple TV, Amazon TV, whatever it's on. It's on my.
I can't wait.
You won't miss any games at all because they're on fucked up networks.
I love it. That is great. Thank you. 405 Cardinals 1-2 at the Panthers 1-2. Panthers are -1.5. Over/under 43.5. McCaffrey hasn't practiced all week.
Why?
If that even matters, I don't know.
Why is Carolina favored in that game?
Yeah, this game.
Seriously, have you? I only saw the one game, right?
I don't like.
And I thought Baker looked
against the
way worse than I thought he was going to play. But dude, it's Arizona. When does Hopkins comes back in 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
But is Arizona really playing that shitty? Do they look that bad?
Yeah, we've watched a few of their games. Yeah, it's boring. I can't stand watching them. They put me to sleep. It's just terrible.
They're not throwing the ball around, or is it Kyler, or who is it? He just got paid. Did he hang it up and get his new Call of Duty?
I thought he had one good game. Whatever game that was, he came back and whoever they beat. Remember that game, Robin? We watched. I don't know who it was. I can't remember anymore. But there was that one game. I remember.
Yeah.
He came back in the fourth quarter. Really great, blah, blah, blah. But other than that, it's just been very, nothing. Nothing.
He just got – those fans are going to lose their shit.
They're a little messy.
Dude, if he goes the rest of the season and he doesn't, get to the playoffs, they are going to call for that dude's head. And they're going to blame it on – what do you think they're going to blame it on, John?
Oh, well, they're going to have to blame it on
Call of Duty?
Murray.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty game comes up.
Sounds like then their names are very similar. Kind of right. Yeah.
But I like Arizona in this game.
Do you? Oh, okay.
I will actually –
all right.
Unless I see something that I go back and look into some more stuff and understand why they're being given points against Carolina. I just don't understand it. But I didn't think Carolina was playing that good.
No McCaffrey either. And I don't even know why. And this is a fantasy thing. I know we don't do much fantasy, but I don't understand why.
I'm so glad Buffalo, by the way, so glad they didn't trade for him.
Well, I wonder why we continue. Every week I'll watch fantasy shows. I'm setting my lineups. And he's always number 2.
Number 2.
I don't get it. I wouldn't.
Number 2 if he didn't have an injury and he just came straight from college.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
If he was his first year of football, it'd be number 2 because that dude is China.
Yeah.
What I say about Sammy Watkins going to Green Bay?
Same thing.
China, his foot. It's been his feet his whole career.
My favorite game here of the week in the NFL. It's at 425. The Broncos are 2-1 at the Raiders, who are 0-3. The Raiders are -2.5. Over/under 45.5. I'm going with the desperate team, and I like them. The Raiders -2.5.
Yeah, I really considered that
at home. I'm going to go with them.
I don't know what's going on between Derek Carr and Devontae Adams. Why they're not?
Yeah,
I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense at all, right?
No.
They should know how each other are. If Devontae Adams is a block in front of Derek Carr, he should know if he's going to turn left or right before he does it.
Maybe it was Rodgers. Maybe just Carr isn't Rodgers. I don't know.
Maybe Adams isn't.
Who knows, right? It's just
a different
play. Yeah.
I think it's more. I think it's Carr most likely because it doesn't look like he's even throwing to him when he's wide. Did you see the Dan Orlovsky thing?
No, I missed that.
You need to go on Twitter and look that up. And Carr said something to him on Twitter like these. That's why I love Twitter. People respond. Yeah. Dan Orlovsky said, "It's not just the 5 or 6 plays that I just showed you; it's all of them. There's certain." And he explains it. And that's why I like how these new shows are. And he's like, whenever there's a cover 2, and you know that the play you call on a cover 2, you're throwing at Adams because he's going to be open. He's like, every time he doesn't even look at him. He's like not even looking at him. He goes, that's just automatic based on learning plays and systems. That's like an automatic concept that on cover 2, this route, if that's the play you're calling, he gets the ball. And every time it was Devontae was sitting there and he could have threw it to him and got it to him and he never just didn't even look at him. And he put it all, you got to look at it.
I have to look. Yeah.
You should check it out. It's pretty good. Dan Orlovsky's got to be pissing a lot of people off these days on Twitter because he busts out on every coach on there.
Yeah, he's
like he was, he talks like he was the Michael Jordan of.
I know. That's what I was going to.
I mean, it's easy to sit on a bench and pick people out from X's and O's that you learned on a tape. Yeah,
he's perfect. Then he's up.
I like Orlovsky.
Yeah,
I like it for it because it makes me a smarter
it's
fan.
It's good. No, I like it.
I learn a lot. I don't pay attention to a lot of that stuff. So when they're doing cover 2-0, blah, 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 sometimes I just don't even. I just look. I'm just watching.
Right.
So I started like a couple of years ago, starting to learn more of that stuff, pay more attention to it, so I can kind of know what's going to happen, maybe a little bit before the play happens.
Yeah,
just based on formations and such.
It's fun. I love it. I love these. Yeah, I want opinions. That's what we're in it for.
I wish people was year round, dude. I love this sport so much. It's
Next game, the last 4:30 game or 4:25 game before we get to the 8 o'clock is the Patriots at 1-2 at the Packers who are 2-1. This line,
weird.
The Packers, I got them at -9.5. Over under 40.5. I'm assuming Mac Jones isn't playing, but who knows or who cares?
Let me see what my alternate site has.
I don't even know if I care.
It's unlikely that he's going to play, but the medical staff and Bill Belichick are saying it's day to day. They're going to evaluate.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Sometimes, you know what? Let me say this.
I've had it.
And I heard WGR, Sal Capaccio talk about it, but I felt the same way. We've had this conversation before. Dude, the only time you were ever good was when Tom Brady and Bledsoe were playing for you. That's it.
Yep.
The rest of his career, he sucked as a head coach. Sucked. And guess what? It's right back to the same shit again. He's trying to be this offensive mastermind now, which he's not. Defensive, absolutely. Great defensive coach. Phenomenal. He's a Hall of Fame coach. But I tell you what, dude, the player made the coach. The coach did not make the player.
Wow. Let me bring it back.
Definitely did not.
Bring it back.
You can't win shit without Brady.
Mike Ditko's a perfect. He's the same way. Ditko was the same way. Went to New Orleans, embarrassed himself.
Yeah.
To a different sport, real quick. Joe Torre won all those World Series with the Yankees. Before with the Mets and Cardinals, he wasn't even a 500 manager. He was a bum. So you're right. I mean, that's exactly what he is. I still think the players play and the coaches. I don't care what the coaches do.
Sure, for sure.
Coaches can jump up and down.
Yeah, how many times did Brady change out of that play while he was? Do you know what I'm saying?
He's the guy.
I mean, mind you, Bill wasn't calling the offensive plays though. They had a coordinator. He had Josh McDaniels. That's different. But as far as being a head coach, he got lucky and got Brady. Because let's look at it this way, John. What would the Patriots have been if Brady had never even been the guy that he is?
Oh, my God.
They would have been shit. They had Bledsoe. Bledsoe came to us. He had one good season. That was it. They weren't going anywhere. It's not him. It's who he had.
Yeah.
Because he's getting his ass kicked right now every week.
Yeah. And it's going to continue.
And he's got like a quarterback that could probably get him a little bit above 500. He needs his defense to get him above that. Do you know what I'm saying?
And
he doesn't have it.
And I think Mac Jones is starting to he is what I thought he was. He's not that. He's got a bad team.
His ceiling was, as he came out of college, that was his ceiling.
And he's on a bad team. Last year they were kind of okay still, I guess. But this year they're really not.
They traded and got 2 number 1 tight ends for him.
Yeah.
Dude, what quarterback wouldn't want that?
Right.
Those guys are studs. And now they're on there and they're nobodies. They haven't done jack shit since they got there.
Do you guys like this game?
I love it.
Do you guys like this game?
No.
Do you like this game? Are you
love
going?
It. Love it. Mac Jones is not going to play. It's going to be Brian Hoyer.
I know.
Did you know Brian Hoyer's real name is Axel?
And I didn't know that. Oh, my. Yeah, well.
Did you know Mac Jones's name is McCorkle?
No, I didn't know that. Okay, Mac. All right. Yeah, McCorkle.
I think his name's McCorkle. They were talking about it on the radio today. I'm going to look it up right now because I want to be actually correct.
And what's his real name is Axel?
Yes. His real name is Axel. Brian Hoyer's birth name is Axel Hoyer.
Better name. That would be a great football name.
God, they were saying it today. Why the fuck did he change that?
What a Brian. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, you walk into the room, you're like, yeah, Axel.
That's great. Yeah, wow. Yeah. Immediately. I should have been Axel. I don't know why, but it would have been fine. No, Rob.
Yeah, dude. Hey.
No reply. What's that?
McCorkle Jones is the quarterback.
That one is McCorkle.
How am I just learning about this now?
Yeah, I never knew that.
As a Bills fan, How am I just learning it right now that his name is McCorkle?
That's terrible.
That's like some National Lampoon's fucking Vacation.
I changed that for sure.
Like
yeah.
One of Uncle Eddie's kids.
Uncle Eddie, yeah. Sunday Night Football, beautiful game, I guess. Chiefs 2-1 at the Buccaneers 2-1. Chiefs -1, so whatever. Over, you know what I mean? Who's going to win? Over under 45. Robin, who do you like?
I like the Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs minus the 1 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Scott, are you in this game? Are you on it?
I'm the same as Robin.
Chiefs. Good. I didn't play it. We'll see. The Chiefs got to win. I mean, but I really like the Buccaneers defense, though. That's my problem. I think their defense could win the game. I truly do. But
I just think that I just think the Chiefs have.
And Mike Evans is a big difference maker too.
Dude,
he really is.
Lost to the Colts.
Yeah, so they're angry.
I think they're on a revenge tour, and I think Brady's. I think the guy's that he's done this year for a reason. I think he's already done. I just don't think he can be the magician he used to be anymore.
Yeah, he looks a little bit. He looks like sometimes when I see him on the ground and he gets up, there's that look about him like, well, don't you get that idea? Like, oh my God, why am I here? Or what did I do this for? Type of thing.
What was the over-under? 45, right?
45, yeah.
I like the under.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to put up a lot of points.
Yes, it's 45. Yep, 45. You like the under too?
Yep.
You like the under as well? Monday Night Football. Interesting game, right? The 2-1 Rams at the 1-2 49ers. 49ers are -1.5, but from what I see, over under 43.
Why?
Yeah, right. Why? Good question. Anybody?
I like the
you
49ers.
Like the 49ers. Okay. Robin likes the 49ers. And I think you like the Rams.
I like the Rams.
Good. I like that. I like nobody.
I'll give you my 4 2-star bets, I just gave you all the ones I like.
Okay.
And I'll give you my 4 that I actually bet.
Okay.
And by the way, everybody, I took Cincinnati minus the points tonight.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Because we're pre-recorded.
You guys, the game will already be. So I'll probably be going 0-1 into Friday, most likely, based on my betting luck this year. But we'll see. I'm trying to turn it around this week.
All right. That's very good, Cincinnati. Yeah, I think you kind of. What are you thinking tonight on that game? On the game that we're pre-recorded. Were you on that too? It just seems like it'd be hard for Miami on a short week. The heat, the whole deal, the injuries.
Yeah,
seems like it. But who knows? Now, what I have, I've only gave you 2 NFL games, but I got 3 college games that I love. And I'll tell you what they are real quick. West Virginia +10 at Texas.
Hold on, I want to get my pen and write these down. Hold on. Are you betting these?
Yes.
Okay.
West Virginia with JT Daniels from Georgia. I really like West Virginia. Watched them a lot this year for some reason.
Is that what you said? They're +10?
I see them at +10. Maybe you get it 9.5. Okay. They're at Texas. I like West Virginia. Here's a team that is disrespected all over the place, but they're 4-0. I love the Kansas Jayhawks +3 at Iowa State. And if you guys haven't seen Jalen Daniels play, he's really, really, really good at quarterback.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Love them. The next one, this is only because of what I seen happen with Appalachian State. Middle Tennessee State beat Miami last week, 45-31 in Miami. This week, they're taking on the University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners. I like the Roadrunners -4 at Middle Tennessee State. I feel like when these teams jump up.
San Antonio Roadrunners, is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah, University of Texas San Antonio Roadrunners. When these teams beat a Power 5 team, like when you saw it, when App State beat Texas A&M and all that was going on, right? That's what they beat, wasn't it? And all of that. I don't know what happens when they get back down to earth and they have to play who they normally play. You saw that they couldn't.
I think they're going to let down
against Troy. I'm doing that. I like UTSA -4. So that's my 3 there, plus the 2. Real quick. I like Tennessee +3, the Raiders -2.5, West Virginia +10, Kansas +3, Texas San Antonio -4. Robin, yours.
The Jets +3, the Bears +3, the Texans +5.5, the Chiefs -1, and the 49ers -1.5.
Scott.
My top 4 that I am definitely betting. I love Minnesota -2.5, Detroit -4.5, Arizona plus 1.5 based on, I have to dig a little bit more into that. I don't think I'll change on that, but I'm going to look. And I love Green Bay minus 9.5 against New England.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. Now, I know this was, if you're watching us now, you're watching us on Friday. We had to pre-record. We got some stuff going on Friday, but I'm glad that we were able to do that, Scott. Thank you for joining us, of course, as usual.
Everybody, good luck on all your bets this week. I hope everybody wins, unless you're betting against me.
Right. And next week, we will be back for our normal time, normal full coverage of every game, breaking down the week before college. Aaron Judge, by the way, did tie the record. We'll
yes, congratulations to that guy.
If this weekend he can break it. We will see. The clean champion. So why don't we get out of here? Scott, I'll be talking to you shortly.
Okay, brother.
All right, guys. Take care. Robin, you're sitting right here. See you in a little bit. I don't know where she's going to go.